All right, y'all. I am Marwan Cameron. This is The Conduit. It is Wednesday night. It is still 87 degrees in Kitsap County. It is 8:04 p.m. I hope that you were able to hydrate and stay cool. We have a good show for you tonight that will start in just a little bit. However, I need to share some information with you that you definitely need. This Saturday, you can join the G Team. There is a community, the spirit of giving back. This Saturday, July 30th, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., you can come and meet your neighbors on MLK Way at the Opal Robertson Teen Center, 802 MLK Way. You can bring non perishable foods, fruit, water, umbrellas, summer clothes, especially for men, trash bags, and whatever you think our unhoused neighbors need when it is 90 degrees outside. Okay. I would say it doesn't even need to be 90 degrees, right? I mean, it's 87, it's still hot. So come and join the coalition, Living Life Leadership, Emmanuel uh, uh Apostolic 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 Church. Oh man, I'm tired, y'all. I'm so sorry. Living Arts Cultural Heritage, Kitsap Black Student Union, the Conduit, and the Bremerton Housing Equity Advocates. So again, join us Saturday, 12 to 2 p.m. For the community. Join the G Team, Spirit of Giving Back. All right. And everyone knows where that is. Okay. So while we are waiting on our guests to arrive, I just wanted to thank you there, Mr. Dent. Kind of recap our evening, our day today. Had a really fantastic and great day. Uh, and if you checked out a little bit of it, you saw the fun that we were having engaging our youth. So shout out to, I guess you guys want to see my face, right? Shout out to everyone that participated in today's community breakfast. So many folks. We'll put out an official thank you later. But of course, we want to say thank you to the Goodwill STEM Youth Program and Shailene Houston, of course, and all of the youth. I have been working on my language to not call them baby goats, kids. So, you know, uh, when sometimes you have to change your language and it's hard, you just have to be intentional on continuing to try to correct yourself, right? And it is doable for sure. And special thank you to New Horizon Ministries and Pastor Michael Ellington for the use of the church and the space. Definitely a very special thank you to Gather Together, Grow Together, and all of those folks to help make that happen. The fourth Wednesday of the month during the summer is a very, very challenging time for us. As you know, we have our summer food program, so we're whipping out 85 lunches a day. On top of the fact that we have the breakfast to complete. So, Amy and Sabrina and Kendra and Terry and Keyshawn and Rob and Monkey and Stephanie and Ernest and on it goes for us to, keep transportation going, not delay pickup or drop off, get the breakfast and get the lunches created and delivered on time, staff the different locations, create the pancake breakfast, and have the community breakfast. So, shout out to the entire team for that. They continue to be amazing and dedicated. Mm. You see, I'm having a nice cup of coffee here with my G2 Shield, and without their steadfast and driven motivation to continue to serve the community. And it is the only way that the we get these things accomplished, right? It is never just you, it is your team and the people that are with you that make these things possible. All right. And of course, if you want to get involved, you can, 360-373-3000. Of course, we're always looking for drivers, but we're looking for you to bring your knowledge, skills, and abilities to bear, right? To help us serve our mission of self sufficiency for all the residents of Kitsap County in all the unique ways that we do that. So again, that number is 360-373-3000. Of course, we have our program that is going on with Kitsap Long Term Aging and Care. As you know, the numbers of COVID are increasing. We're in the middle of the summer. We haven't even hit the fall yet. So if you are disabled or elderly, we can provide you with free transportation to get a booster or to get vaccinated. Thank you there, Rob. I appreciate that. Also, gas prices, although they have come down a little bit, are still really high. So, call G2 and let us get you there. All right. Mm. Always. Thursday is our meal service. So if you have folks that are experiencing food insecurity, give us a call by Tuesday of that week and we will put you or those folks on the route and make sure that they get a meal on Thursday evenings. So tomorrow we'll be doing that. Of course, well, not of course, you don't know this, but the STEM students will be back again tomorrow to help us actually prepare those meals so that they can share and in that experience. So tomorrow they're gonna help us prepare the lunches that go out. They're gonna help us to prepare the dinners, and then we're gonna go, walk around downtown and pass out water and food as it is gonna be just wickedly hot tomorrow. And so that's very important for our youth to understand. And these are their neighbors. This is part of their community. And so that is critical. So tomorrow that'll happen. That'll be a lot of fun, an educational experience. As I said, today was a really powerful day. Again, so many people came out. And so I'm going to miss some folks. And so please forgive me if I failed to mention your name because there were so many people there. But Joe from the Bremerton Housing and Equity Advocates was there. Uh, Sean Macarin from the Industrial Workers of the World. Mark and Terry from Resilient Ecosystems. I do a show with Mark on Wednesday, Tipping Points and Puzzle Pieces. Akuye and Tamaji Vargas. I think we even had some Black Student Union students come through, which was awesome. Kids at Public Health, Jessica Geardry came by. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Katie Sharp is out of town right now, but she was in town. She came through from Bremerton Housing Authority. Bailey and his wife came through. I mean, we had a packed house today, and as such, we were able to do a lot of community and relationship building and sharing of opinions and ideas. A lot of times in my experience, you're growing up, it's like don't speak until you're spoken to. Mm. And unfortunately, I was in a different space in my life uh, when I was a youth, right? Very stubborn and set in my ways. No one could tell me nothing. And I missed out on having uh, the honor and the blessing of having elders come and speak to me and just impart their wisdom and words of encouragement. And so that's what we did today. So we partnered up, a youth and an adult, and they had 2 or 3 minutes to have a conversation, and then we switched. It was kind of like speed dating, right? And so we just kind of rotated, and folks can, get to know each other. And some people who were interested in going into certain fields, like with Kids at Public Health, were able to ask questions and really get in depth. And those experiences don't often happen, and you have to be intentional on creating space for those things. Um, and so that was fantastic. And then after that, we did a group exercise and talked about, since it's election time, what was important to the kids, what were their issues. They talked about issues that they were facing in their school. They were concerned about homelessness and housing, and the adults were also concerned about that also. So I broke the adults and the youth up. They both had their conversations about what was important to them, and then we came back together and shared with each other, and then had a discussion about solutions. So just a really good time, great experience. And so, it's things like that. When we talk on various shows on, how do you get involved? How do you make change? You can do things small, you can do it big. It doesn't take a lot. After the event was over, we try to give out 25 meals uh, downtown. And so we're trying to get everything, picked up and cleaned up and put back together. And it's like, okay, how are we going to get these 25 meals down? I had a meeting, and so everyone's kind of scattering out. And, Sean and Mark were there, and it was like, hey, do you guys have a couple minutes to kind of do what we were talking about? Could you take these meals and take them downtown? And they were like, yeah, sure. And so they took them down and passed them out, and that's great, right? Because those folks need to see that the community cares about them, and different faces, right? So it was a great opportunity, and they just jumped right in. You didn't have to twist arms, and so shout out to them for that. And as Akuya and many others say, many hands make light work, and truer words have never been spoken. So, absolutely. So yeah, just a really good, experience, really great. And yeah, we're still waiting on our guest here. Maybe having some issues there. Let me just spread out. All right. Oh, and Layla is back in town. My baby is home. I'm super excited about that. She gets the horn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. All right. Let me just go ahead and send that, and then we're good. So yeah, that was today. And then we have our neighborhood barbecue will be in August because we did ours early. So next month we'll be out in Port Orchard, and then in September we'll be at, I believe, Blueberry Meadows, um, over there off of Wheaton Way, where the community garden is. I believe there's a sponsor that's renting the park for us, and so we'll be serving our barbecue out there. So we'll have our grills down there. So we have the next 2 months set, which will be great. We have a lot of big things coming up, like the 9/11 commission. So stay tuned for that information. Yeah, we just got a lot going on. So we're super excited to get busy. We may be talking with some more folks that are running for office here as we go into election time. If you have not had a chance, this should have come in the mail by now. You can also access this online. I believe these are also probably in the library, but if you do not have a mailbox, you can go to the library and jump online and access it digitally. And if time allows, I will go over this voter pamphlet so you have some ideas of what's going on here. I think there's some important things that we need to talk about in this voter pamphlet. And I just thought about another great idea too. I need to tell Shaylin that she should encourage the kids to do the KCR needs assessment. I think that would be fantastic. So it's one thing to talk about it in a group of folks, which is great, but it's great when folks are intentionally trying to collect this data and information and get that info out. So yeah, I got to remember to tell her that, and encourage the kids to do that. Mm. All right. So I got a text from our guest. He is just a little delayed, but he is coming. So, I never met a microphone I didn't like. So, I can do this all day. For sure. Again, a reminder for those of you that are just joining us, uh, as our guest is getting himself situated, as he's in the green room here. We'll let him get his camera and audio going. Again, the G Team this Saturday, 12 to 2 p.m., and down at the Opal Robertson Teen Center, 802 MLK Way. Okay. Bring your non perishable foods, fruit, water, umbrellas, summer clothes, especially for men, trash bags, and whatever else you think your unhoused neighbors need when it's 90 degrees outside. Living Life Leadership, Emmanuel Church, Living Arts, Cultural Heritage, Kitsap Black Student Union, The Conduit, and the Bremerton Housing Equity Advocates are joining the G Team for this effort. All right. So we look forward to seeing you there. All right. All right. So our guest is getting their camera together in the green room. I won't bring him on yet because don't want you to have a seizure from watching the camera going crazy. What's so interesting? I have such a problem with coffee consumption. Here it is, 81 degrees in my house, and I'm like, man, I need some coffee, right? And it's got to be hot coffee for whatever reason. I gotta have iced coffee, but man, hot coffee just ain't nothing like it, right? Hey, mm-mm. There we go. All right, I'm just typing a message to our guest there so he can read that, and just give me a thumbs up there when you're ready to go, Mr. Barnes. All right, you ready? All right, so let's go ahead and bring our guest on up. Mr. Barnes, how are you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Oh man, I'm blessed and highly favored. I am blessed and highly favored. So, how was today? You were at the event. Let's talk about that real quick before we get into this evening.
Absolutely. Yeah, there was a blessing. I got to connect and interact with the youth, the future, our neighborhood, future of our society. The kids who are going to take over what we lead, not only in the neighborhoods but also as well. It was good to see them and get to the word and see where they're at mentally.
All right, good,
Getting the
good, good.
pulse
Now I'm gonna
on the youth.
say again now.
I was just getting the pulse on the youth, the new
Gotcha.
generation
Getting the
coming up.
pulse. Gotcha, gotcha. All right, what I'm asking you to do is try to keep your camera as still as possible.
Absolutely.
Because as you're moving the phone, it's kind of making your internet kind of go in and out a little bit.
Okay.
All right, you good?
I'm good. I'm great. I just got to
All
get
right.
outside. It's hot. It's a
Oh, it
98
is.
degree day.
Woo, boy. I mean, it's 81 in my house now. And, when I do a show, I got to turn off the AC, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
man, because it's so loud. So
Absolutely. Yeah. It's burning up.
tell us, who are you?
Um.
Who are you? You're Brandon Barnes. Tell us
I'm
about Brandon
Brandon
Barnes.
Barnes. I'm a New Orleans native. I'm a visitor, and also now I'm an established pillar in the community of Kitsap, Washington. Spent a little time in Tacoma as well. I'm 36, born Proud father at that. Um, as a person, I'm a person of morals, of value. I'm a conscious person. Someone that believes in good heart.
All right. So you kind of cut out there for a second. So it sounds like you said you had two kids.
Yeah, I got two kids. I got a boy
All
girl.
right.
Yeah,
Nice.
Xavier and
We didn't catch the last name. The second, your daughter's name.
Xana.
Xana.
Xana. Absolutely.
All right. Tell us the meaning behind your children's names. How did they get their names? All right. So he's working on his Wi-Fi there. Let's get him back in. All right, he is out there. Could be the heat that is messing with the internet. All right, you move back in.
Great.
Okay. All right, so tell us the history behind your kids' names.
So Xana, um, I wanted I thought I was gonna have a boy at first. You know how all men think they're gonna create a man. I thought Xavier was gonna be my son, and I was gonna name him Xavier. I just feel like that's like more of a name for a king. But when I knew it was gonna be Xana, um, it was a girl, so I was like, I know I got to take my time with her, more time with her than I would with a boy. So I will have to like be more creative and more patient. So I'll do that starting off right now with her name. So I sat and I thought about her name for a while and what I was gonna name her, and I wanted to stay with the theme of Xavier and name her Xana, and it was just something I created, just and
Okay.
it sounded beautiful for her, and it just fit her, and then I ended up having a son a couple years later, and he was my Xavier.
so
So
so how do you spell your daughter's name?
Xzayna,
All right, Xania. Did I say it
Xana,
right?
no
Xana.
Xana, yeah,
Xana. All
yeah,
right. All right.
absolutely,
That's gonna take me a minute
yeah,
to get.
yeah, it's new, yeah, it's new.
Xana and Xavier. All right. So you're a business owner. You're 36 years old. Let's talk about your business. What's the name of your business? Talk about a
Right
little bit
now,
how you got into it.
hmm um, I got into it when it was called the T Shack in the Kitsap Mall. And in the Kitsap Mall, it was under different ownership. I worked for a young Egyptian man. It was around my age, and it was a pleasure to work with him. Named Kareem. He taught me a lot about the business, um, good and bad. So I got a lot of inside knowledge on how to build a business through him. He taught me basically. We went over books together. We went over ordering and hiring. Interior decorating, the whole nine. How to look presentable to the public, what to display, what not to display, triggering things and things like that. And along with that, I also got to meet pretty much the whole community. Because over the time of like 3.5 years, a lot of people came to the T Shack and they bought things for me, or people that I hired. And it was a great experience. I wouldn't take that experience back for nothing in the world. It was so after the mall
Well,
went
how
under
long have you been
construction.
in business?
I've been working in this business since 2000, summer of 2013. I've been creating T-shirts. I took a little break because just doing some discovery, trying to see if I can take my skill set to a different industry and succeed and capitalize in that field. I did for a while, but I just feel like it would have been more manageable if I was managing my own business, where I didn't have to wait for it. You know what I mean? Um, a look. You know what I mean? I don't like to wait for that look when you know what I'm saying, when I feel like my talent's there. So like I get, you know what I'm saying, when especially when I was having newborn kids, I was just having a daughter and then I had a son. I just couldn't wait. You know what I mean? For someone to give me that look, I got to create my own shot. So that's pretty much how that flowed. That rolled back over to me coming back to t-shirts. So the t-shirt company that I started is called Kitsapcustomstees. but I'm looking to change the name really soon. Um, Under something that kind of represents my business as well as like it's kind of coded. It's kind of coded to where I can spell both my kids' names inside the word.
Oh,
Extra.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you guys later. I'll wait till later. I'll let that drop later. I'll let that be a surprise. I wasn't gonna. Yeah. Yeah. But
Drop
it's
that
gonna be
yet.
great. Yeah. I'm not gonna
Spoiler
drop
alert.
that yet. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Yeah. It's coming soon, man. I gotta
Oh,
level up. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. So let me give you a horn. So for those of you that have seen Cameron's Kitchen, Kitsap Custom Tees and Brandon made our aprons, right? So we have used them more
Mm.
than and we've been quite happy. If you were watching the broadcast earlier today, the STEM students were wearing those aprons. So that is Brandon's work. Brandon, how can they get in touch with you if they want to get some work done?
If they want to get some work done, they can get in touch with me with my email,
Hmm.
kitsapcustomstees, KITSAPCUSTEES @gmail.com. Kitsap Custom
All
Tees.
right. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the chat for everyone. That is Kitsap Custom Tees at gmail.com. And so, you do more than t-shirts. So what do you do? You're putting logos on what?
Hats as well. I do hats, bucket hats, regular fitted caps. I do car decals, um, aprons, t-shirt, hoodies, masks. I've done backpacks. Um, yeah, and that's
And,
just
and
yeah,
is
kids have
it silk screening? Like what kind
Oh
of
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, absolutely. So I do silk screen, screen print, and I also do vinyl graphics as well. The
mm,
only thing that I don't do right now is embroidery. But that's coming in the future. I need to get an embroidery artist. Looking for a teammate that can handle that side of the business.
all right, y'all heard that. Looking for an embroidery partner. So if you got some skills, reach out,
Yeah,
right? That this is how
some business
partnerships are
there for
made.
you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I have people call me today about some embroidery thing. I got people calling me about embroidery things all the time. So if anyone is out there embroidering, want to make a lot of money, day two of meeting me, yeah, get a hold of me at kitsapcustomtees.com. Even if not, we can just I can shoot you some business. So
Mhm.
yeah, contact
Oh,
me.
I like that. It's like, look,
Yeah,
even if
get
we ain't
business
working
moving forward.
together, I'll put you on some customers there. I love that.
Yeah,
So let's
absolutely.
talk about some
Yeah.
of your customers. Who have you done business with?
I've done business with a lot of people, nonprofit organizations, churches, um, um, artists, local artists around that are creating brands for themselves, logos for themselves as well in their artistry. Um, promo artist, Maisha Mosley as well. Great lady, great lady that does a lot of great things in the community and brings a lot of art and comedy to the and entertainment to the community. I help her with her brand. Great lady.
Nice.
Also,
So wait, what do you do?
uh,
What do you help her with her brand? You're going too fast. What do you do to help her
so
with her brand?
she gives me pretty much a duffel bag full of clothes like every other week or something like that, and I put her logo on everything. Swimsuits down to like bikinis, bras, whatever she needs. Excuse me, I'm not trying to put her business out there. I'm just saying, ladies out there, if you want to get something customly done like that, I can help you as well. Um, Sweaters, hoodies, tanks, whatever she needs, long sleeves, things for her friends or her for her security guards. She comes to get security shirts from me for her events. So, oh, and hats as well for her, bucket hats. Yeah, I do a lot of things for her. And who else? I'm just thinking hard. There's so many. It's like a list full of names in my head. A lot of great people out there. Um,
Well,
Jay
and the reason why I was
Stone.
asking you is you do so much, right? And you
Yeah,
logo so many different things and you decal so many different things, like, it's kinda just second nature for you, you know? So as soon as you
yeah,
started getting into it, it's like, "Oh, no, I'm doing bras and swimsuits and this and that." It's like, man, the
yeah,
world is your oyster, you know?
yeah. Exactly. Yeah, she goes out on vacation and stuff and takes pictures. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Like she
Right.
just it's good to have your brand in Puerto Rico. It's good to have your brand outside the country and representing your logo instead of wearing Nike or Adidas. You can wear your own and have your initials or your brand, your logo, and make that your Nike. You know what I mean? And have people inquiring and
Yeah.
coming to you about things. You know, it's great. You know what I'm saying? It's a good way to be a creator, be
Yeah.
original. Yeah.
I love that. Do you happen to since you're in your location, do you happen to have a hat or a shirt that you're particularly, one of your favorite pieces that you can show off? I would
Um.
show you all the aprons, but right
Yeah.
now all the aprons are
Yeah.
being washed.
Yeah. Yeah. I got some things right now. Some recent work that I just done.
All right. So as you can see, business is about opportunity and solving a need that a customer has. And so we'll talk to Brandon and ask him a little bit more about his business. We'll talk about some
Um.
challenges that he goes through.
So these are a new hat that my friend created. He created a logo with the champion. I don't know if you can see it that well. There we go.
The Champion C.
With the
Okay.
champion design. I made one of those. Also made like a bigger logo on the front for him as well. It's like a dad hat,
Nice.
more like.
You said dad
And I
hat?
made it. Like, yeah, it's more like a dad hat. Well, it's a baseball cap, but it fits like a dad hat.
Gotcha.
But
I'm like, what's a dad
yeah,
hat?
well, yeah. But I made them a ton of these. I don't know if you guys can see it that well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
can
made them
see
a
it. That
lot of
looks
these.
good.
Yeah, a big stack of them. But yeah, so I do mass orders of these, bulk orders of that, and this. But any logo design, I can make them in color as well. So if you have multicolored designs, that's possible. It was just simple for him to just do a one color, and I agreed. It's black and white goes
Mhm.
together with anything.
Yeah. And your
Yeah,
turnaround is really quick. You're working
yeah.
with
My
vector
turn is like,
files and
yeah,
you can actually help with
PNG.
designing too.
Yeah, absolutely. I can create logos. I can also vectorize your logos as well. Um, Pretty fast and easy. I don't have a setup price, like the start price or anything like that, setup fee or anything like that. Like a lot of places that you go to, you have to put like $80 down, $60 down just to start it up, and then like they'll give you your bulk price after that or your individual price after that. There's not really a setup fee from. There's no setup fee. It's like not really, but there is no setup fee. It's just
That's big.
my turnaround time about 10 days if it's in
Mhm.
bulk, like a bulk order. Give me like 10 days max. That's only because sometimes I might have to order from different manufacturers if places are sold out of certain T-shirts. I might have to order some from here and some from there, and sometimes they can come from Florida and Kentucky, things like that. So it can just like one of my last orders, it was supposed to come on Tuesday, but it came on Thursday because there was a delay from wildfires. So things like that can occur. So I always say just give me like 10 days, but if it's something like under 500 or something under yeah, something under 500, I can do within like 8 days if it's a rush order, but I prefer 10 days.
Gotcha. Man, that's pretty quick for 500. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
And I think that's good to
yeah, I
know because
just
sometimes people do have big orders.
yeah, I keep that machine running, man.
Good, good. So I'm gonna
Absolutely.
ask you some questions, kind of about you were speaking with the kids earlier, and I didn't get a chance to listen in. I really wanted to hear. But what
Hmm.
advice did you have for them in regards to, you know, getting into a business, thinking about what you wanted to do, some of the challenges that you face as a business owner, and things they need to, kind of watch out for. Like what are like three to five things that you can pass
What I
on
told
to
them,
aspiring entrepreneurs.
Um, I tell everyone is like growing a business is almost like growing hair. It's almost like identical to growing hair. And I just chopped my hair off not too long ago. I had hair all the way down to my the middle of my chest. But it takes patience. It takes a dedication and goal to where you're trying to be. It takes you adjusting to your new confidence. Um, you got to be confident at all times. There's gonna be times you look in the mirror and you're like, "Oh, that mini fro, man, that's my ugly phase." People call like going through that short period like their ugly phase when they got their hair like kind of short. So you're gonna have your ugly phases and growing your business too. There's gonna be times where things aren't as gonna be successful as you want them to be as fast as you want them to be. But you got to stay. You got to keep that drive and just know that one day things are going to grow out to be the way you planted them to be. I also told him to
Well,
also have.
hold on, stop there. Hold on, stop there,
Okay.
because that's important, right? So, there's you can give someone some advice and say, "Hey, be patient," keep the faith, keep pressing on. But what are some of the things that you did to get you through that ugly phase? Positive self-talk, like
Um,
what did you do?
I it was a lot of self talk. It was a lot of self talk, but I watched a lot of videos on YouTube as well. When I felt like I
Okay.
was my confidence was way out, I looked for more ways and opportunities to like try to strengthen my confidence by like watching how other successful entrepreneurs in the same business that I'm in might have like where they're at and how they accomplish those steps, even if they're lying to me. The illusion, you know what I'm saying, would feel good. I don't know where these guys are at in real life. Maybe they're just making these videos in order to get views off of false representation of themselves. But even that motivation, like it kind of gave me a boost. Like, all right, look, I need to, for one, start making YouTube videos, but I also need to just try a different route. So it showed me how to open up online businesses. And do like online sales now. So instead of like getting kind of frustrated that people aren't coming to me, I can create um, a market and have people viewing and clicking my things and ordering and things like that to where there's also income coming from it. I made it basically a two-sided table now. And
Oh, talk about that.
just knowing, huh?
How did you do
What'd you
that?
say?
Talk about that. How did you do that? Talk
Um,
about that. How did you make it a two-sided table?
so when I was just focusing on just street sales and going out and just doing hand to hand and person to person, I started opening like Instagrams and learning like clicking the shop buttons and to take me places and just starting discovering like, oh, okay, there's like these websites that I can attach to this. Okay, so let me go on these websites and create profiles and do the basic subscriptions for $14.99 a month and start posting my things on there and attaching that to my Instagram page and then posting my pictures and marking my prices and just having that work for me. Instead, now I got two sides. Now I got my like person to person, my business card out of my wallet. Here you go. My products and things that I have on hand to show and display. And now I have things working when I'm not even when my back's turned while I'm asleep for people globally. And I'm just waiting for that side of the table to start fixing bigger plates for me to eat on. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So right now
I
it's
like it.
just, you know what I'm saying? It's a work in progress, but it's work. And as long as you got patience and dedication, it's
So
going to eventually evolve.
so let me ask you a question, because you hear a lot of people say, I wanna have my own business because I don't want to work for no one. I want to be my own boss, right? And to me,
Mm,
I kind of feel like uh
Stop the cap.
and the reason why I
yeah,
feel that way is your customer is your boss, right? And
true
so
story.
when especially when you're starting out, right? If you get tired, if you don't feel like doing and I want to take time off, Like the business stops growing once you stop working. So what are
Yeah.
your thoughts with that? Do you agree with that? Do you have, add on to that or,
Um,
counteract that? What are your thoughts on that?
yeah. Starting your business to be your own boss. Um, that's not really all it's cracked up to be. I mean, you're not really, like you said, you're not really your own boss. I mean, you have obligations like your customers, who are expecting things on deadlines just as your manager would. They're making orders and giving you an order like your manager would, or your boss. Or I don't really like to call people my boss. So I like to just call him my manager. But even when I work for someone, they were like, "I'm your boss." I'm like, "No, you're not, bro. You're my manager at the job that I'm employed in." Because people take that boss word too serious. It gives them a false ego, and yeah, and that word's loosely used. So being your own the owner of your own business. Um, it cuts out it cuts out a lot of the stress that you would have in a workplace environment. The stress of working with people that you're uncomfortable working with, that you didn't place there next to you, that um, attitudes that you don't want to be around when you just want to put your head down and make some money because your life's not here at your job, your life's at home. So, people bring their stress and problems to work. So like me working by myself is, or just with my own team that I will feel comfortable working around, that I would like building around, and not that's placed around me, and people with their own motives and own ideas who might be gone tomorrow. Just having that consistency in my own life, and just working without that distraction. That was more of a reason why I wanted to work. I work good in environments, but I just often excel too much that I not only did I not get a look that I feel like I wanted to get, but it was just times I was just uncomfortable, and it's work that I'll start off loving and end up hating, because the uncomfortable that being uncomfortable that long will grow on me to where I'm just like, yo, I need to look for another job.
That's interesting that you say that because there's a lot of business owners that go into it and they have this passion and they end up hating their business that they have, right? And they get on this treadmill and it's like there's no way off. There's no exit plan for it. And it's like this is what I do. I've invested so much into this. There's no way for me to stop doing what I'm doing, and I don't know how to get the passion and the joy back, right? Because
Yeah,
it can be really frustrating. I mean, you may be dealing with disgruntled customers that are constantly changing or trying to get something for nothing.
yeah,
And we talk about now, and I'm gonna just use bosses because that's what we're talking about, right? We're intellectually honest, so we know what people are. I don't want to change the word and say managers,
absolutely.
and people are
Yeah,
like, "What are we talking
I
about?" Right?
respect that.
Because it's a
Yeah,
conversation. One of the other things is not only are your customers your boss, but then you also have supply chain, right? You were just talking about, hey, I'm putting in an order that was supposed to be here Tuesday, and because of the wildfires, it's here on Thursday, right? And as people are
yeah,
competing for goods and supplies, your relationship with your supply chain is important, right? Are they going to fill your order
absolutely.
first, or are they going to fill your order last? Are they going to partially fill your order? All of these
Hmm.
things are important. And so again, you may say that, hey, I want to be my own boss and I'm not taking them from no one and I'm gonna make the rules and this is how it is. Like you said, you want to control who's around you, but there's interpersonal dynamics that happen, right? You do businesses with they say don't do business with friends and family, right? I mean, those
Yeah.
things are real, right? Because they can be
Oh yeah. Oh
dismantled
yeah.
if people aren't mature and can communicate and work through, you know, conflict and issues, right? Like you said, egos really do get involved. So are you here for the company and for us to grow? Are you here and it's just about you because you don't agree with the decision that was made that we need to go this way, but you really wanted to do that? So can you continue to, move forward as a team player if you don't get your way all the time? So kind of speak about, the importance of being able to communicate effectively and how to navigate conflict resolution.
Absolutely. Communication. Communication is key. emotional maturity is key.
Mm.
And being like emotionally aware and just like conscious of what you say and how you come off. That that means a lot when you're when you're working in a business like structure that you're building from ground up, and you're building those relationships with people, and more likely those people will be strangers. Having that communication and resolve conflict, man, that'll keep you out of a lot of things. That'll keep you out, and also like with building strength relationships, and get you more towards that common goal that you all should be striving for.
So let me hit you like this. You're talking to the youth and you're having this conversation and they ask you, "All right, Brandon, I'm thinking about going into business and can you give me an example of, you're running your company, you're the decision maker and you had conflict with either a business partner or someone else that's in your team that you brought on. And how did you resolve it? Even if you had to let them go and that might have been the best decision. What would you tell the youth?
Um,
Have you had a conflict?
have I had a conflict in the workplace
Yeah.
environment? Yeah,
No, no.
most
Well,
definitely.
no, as a business owner.
Oh,
You,
not
you're
as a
you're the
business
owner.
owner. Um, as a business
You
owner, as a business partner, yes, but as a business owner, no. I
all
haven't
right.
had a
We'll talk
conflict.
about it as a business partner. And how did you resolve it?
As a business partner, um, there was a
You could change
trying
the
to draw
names to
back.
protect the innocent.
Yeah, I'm trying to draw back a lot of words. Let me say, yeah, I had a coworker that got caught smoking weed in the bathroom at the
Mm.
job by the owner of the store, and it went bad. It went pretty bad. He was working there for a good amount of time. He no. It was about a couple weeks. He was working there for a couple weeks. He ended up working there like 2 days after that, and then he got fired on the spot again when the owner came back. Um, it was bad. I assigned him a shift. I thought he was all right to work it. I left left him there, and the owner came back. Found that the gate was closed. He opened the gate, walked straight back to the back of the store in a mall. I'm not gonna say which mall.
Mhm.
And yeah, he caught him smoking marijuana in the bathroom, and the owner called me up immediately and inflamed me because I hired him, and I thought it was I didn't think he was gonna be that kind of person to do something that
Was he
wild,
an
but
acquaintance or a friend?
yes,
Man.
he was. He was absolutely, absolutely, and I'm not going to out him to say he wasn't.
Yeah, no, no,
He
no, don't
absolutely
out him.
was. Yeah, I'm not going to out him. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely a friend of mine. So yeah, it was a bad look on me. It was a very bad look because I advocated for him. You know what I'm saying? When the owner was like, "Oh, what do you know about this guy? Well, he's a good guy. He's a hard worker. Yada yada." Give him the whole, "This is my homie. I'm gonna give him the good guy spiel to the owner." And yeah, he
Mhm.
really made me look very bad. I think I wasn't allowed to hire anybody for like the next 6 months after that, and deservingly so. But yeah,
Yeah, people don't
that was a
realize
bad job.
how much of a hit you take personally by advocating for someone when they let you down, with their
Yeah,
behavior. So let
absolutely.
me ask you
And
this,
I kind of
if
feel like
you were the
that kind of
owner, what
fractured
would
the
you have done?
relationship with me and the owner. That kind of put like a monkey wrench in our relationship. Because he felt like he couldn't trust me. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, that was different. Yeah, yeah, that was kind of that was a different time in the game. So what would what would I have done different? I would have not
Yeah,
hired that
you're a
guy off the
business
street.
owner? Well, no, but let's
Oh,
say you do.
oh, as a
You
business
vetted him,
owner.
yeah, now you're the owner. You've hired this person, and this is what they've done for Kitsap Custom Tees. What do you do?
Oh, I would have fired him immediately. Yeah, because we're in a mall. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? We're in a mall. We got kids, babies, securities walking around here. We got mall management walking around. You don't know what might happen. That kind of stuff can close the store down and all sorts of, you know what I'm saying, crazy stuff following that. And this before, like, you know what I'm saying? This is back in 2016. So like, what, 16, 2015. So like that was different times with the laws and all that. It wasn't as light as it is now. You know, so that was a bad look. I mean, you could have got in the store still, but it wasn't like federally legalized as it is now. Like to where, you know what I'm saying, that would have been really frowned upon. If it was discovered by a management team or security guard, or even if a fire alarm had went off or something like that, and it would have been discovered that was the reason why. It was just too many. It was just too many ounces on it. So yeah,
So you telling me that as an owner, you would have fired the homie?
yeah, yeah. I would have fired the homie. As the owner, I would. Yeah, yeah. I would have.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I would have had to let him go, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, you can go do that in the car now. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You go do that all day in the car now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just sometimes you got to make boss moves and make boss decisions, right? You know what I mean? You got to protect the brand. Sometimes, like the NFL said, protect the shield.
Yeah, and I think that's important, right? Relationships are definitely important, but you do have to protect your house for sure. And I think sometimes, um, folks will definitely, judge you and ridicule you if you make that decision, right? Like, man, we supposed to be boys, or you're my home
Yeah,
girl, why would you do this to me? And it's like, no, why would you do this to me? You putting
for real.
my company in jeopardy. You putting my livelihood from my children in jeopardy. You probably know my
All
kids and
the
you
time.
making these decisions, you know?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So
Oftentimes, man, you might meet them people, man. They just be mad that you won't let them make you starve. It's
mm,
amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, man, like, you know what my life
facts,
will be
facts,
like. Uh,
facts, facts. So give folks what are the maybe top 3 attributes that you think someone needs to be an effective business owner? Like grit,
um,
determination, like what are top 3 for you?
Maturity
Mm,
is one. You can't be an immature business owner at all, in no way, shape, or form. Yeah, you can't be running your customers off before you get them. That kind
mm,
of thing. Um, yeah. Maturity is one. Um, Definitely dedication. You need to stay
alright.
dedicated
Speak
through
on that. What does that
whatever.
mean? What does dedication mean?
What it means to be dedicated is like no matter what happens, your car can break down tomorrow, or you still get to work.
Mm,
You can be broke until next week, still get to work. You could something can break down in your machine. Find something in your house, go DoorDash, go do something, make that money to go repair whatever you need to fix, whatever you need to get, make it work. You know what I'm saying? But you got to stay dedicated on what your craft is, no matter what. Um, Being dedication means like no matter what happens, no matter if it's hail and rain, you snowed in, you snowed in. But worst conditions, by any means necessary. Always work on your craft or your business, or trying to just make things better for your overall basically your own business that you're trying to own. If you got if you're a mechanic, you know what I'm saying, and you don't have any clientele, go out and get some clientele. You know what I mean? Like find, like, make it work. Go make some business cards. Get a business card app in your phone, and go when you see someone's car sounding like crazy in the parking lot, go and give them your business card. Hey man, I can go fix that. Pull up to my house later. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to go over there and get broke off. You talk your talk, and eat like, you know what I'm saying, it's your last meal.
Mm.
You gotta have that drive and that dedication to make it work. You can't expect it to come to you. A dollar doesn't come to a front door. You know what I'm saying? You got to go
Mm.
get that dollar.
Ooh, you dropping nuggets tonight. So maturity, determination. What's your third one?
That was dedication. Um, Maturity, dedication, and most definitely respect.
Respect.
And
Oh,
and it,
elaborate.
absolutely. Um, you got to respect the good and the bad. You got to respect the ups and the downs. You got to respect your customers. You got to respect yourself. You can't disrespect people that you feel like have wronged you in the business, because that would show a side of immaturity, and
Ooh.
that can put a black eye on your resume. Just being emotional like that, being emotional and having no respect, being immature, that'll ruin your brand, man. That'll keep people away from your business. And what you always have to do is you have to look presentable, and bring that knowledge and that growth about yourself that you've accumulated over the time. You got to recognize that growth and bring that growth, and people will respect your brand and want to help you build your brand, and want to bring more to your brand. So just having that respect as well. Respect for people. Respect goes full circle. A lot of people will be surprised how far respect can take you. A lot of people, a lot of people rule the world off respect.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's proven, it's documented. Respect's Trump's not locked up. You know what I'm saying? Respect is why Trump's not locked up right now. You know what I'm saying? He got so much respect from them people, man. They ain't gonna throw him in jail for what happened January 6th. They just now investigated him, and that was like a couple years ago. They got too much respect
All
for that
right.
man.
Well, let's
They gonna
digress
turn
from
on.
that. Let's
You
digress
ain't
from
gonna
that. Let's
take.
stay on the business
All
piece
right.
here. All right. So your
Yeah.
top three: maturity, determination, respect. Now that
Yeah.
determination piece, like that consistency, is part of determination. Again, that one definitely resonates with me because I tell folks all the time, the business stops when you stop. It goes when you
Yeah.
go. And like you said, right, your car breaks down, you got to show up. You got a machine that breaks down, you got to figure out another way to get it. I would say also that you need to be saving and reinvesting in the business, right? So a lot of folks
Absolutely.
will get
Absolutely.
money coming in and they spending the money and they're not reinvested in the business, right? So you can see
Absolutely.
like when I started the podcast, I was using a cell phone, right? And when money was coming in, instead of just spending the money, it's like, all right, then we're gonna get a new piece of equipment, we're gonna get a microphone, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then constantly, doing events for folks, just like what you're saying, right? Pulling up because you hear that loud car and saying, hey, pull up, I'll fix that. It's like, hey, we'll come
Yeah.
and do this show for you, we'll come cover your event. And you get to a point where folks are saying, okay, I see the value in this now, and we're willing to compensate you for that. So that's really important. So I
Absolutely.
appreciate that. So again, that website or that email, if you want to contact Brandon, is kitsapcustomstees@gmail.com. Now, you were saying something about an online store. Do you have a website? Do you got a Instagram store or a place where people
Absolutely.
can see your work?
Absolutely. Instagram at kitsapcustomtees360 at gmail.com. Not gmail.com, pardon me, at Instagram. And on Facebook, Kitsap Custom Tees. Also, I'm on Shopify as well under Kitsap Custom. I'm on Shopify as well under Kitsap Custom Tees as well.
All right, so check it out. Shopify, Facebook, and Instagram. Go and see what
Yeah.
he can do. He can definitely do. Like I said, we have our aprons done there. What else did you do for us? Did you do
I'm
some hoodies or
I'm
some
also
t-shirts?
on I'm also on Jade Green Self Care as well.
Nice,
It's with in partner with Tasia Green. She has a lot of body scrubs and self care products on there, and also my quote website on there. I have a whole catalog of stuff on there as well.
nice. All right. So what we'll do is I will have him provide that information, and once I get that, I'll have him send me an email. I'll put that in the description. so that you can check all that stuff out. Man, this hour went by super quick. Man, it's
Yeah,
been a pleasure to have you on and have a conversation with you. I definitely have some more stuff for you to do. Matter of fact, I was looking at some hoodies or some
okay.
beanies, right? And it's like, if you get stuff off season, it's cheaper. So it's like, let me get the
I'm
beanies
sure.
now in the summer, get them
Yeah,
logo now, and they ready to
yeah,
go. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So we
That's what I
might give
tell
them
people.
away as
Yup.
yeah,
Go to
yeah. So we
Macy's and
might
get
give them
the
away as
clearance rack. You
promotionals.
can get something for five
Yeah,
dollars.
there you go. Yeah, and I need a purple cap, you know what I'm saying? So, I just
Yeah,
don't know what I wanna put on the cap yet, but and you know what? One thing that I also wanted to say that I really appreciate about your business is there are some, companies that will not logo your clothing, right? So, they have to order the clothing and logo it. So, the fact that it's like, "Hey, bring it in and I'll put my logo on there," is
yeah,
really powerful. I'm known
absolutely.
for wearing sweater vests, and so, getting that logo on there is what's up.
But like I always tell
And
people, it's at their own risk. So if you bring something in, it's at your own risk if it doesn't work with material and machinery. Only reason I say that is because um I can't replace that. You know what
mhm.
I mean? Like, I'm like, if you bring like some $500 Gucci in here and something goes wrong with it, I'm not giving you no $500 for that Gucci. Um, but if it's something that was ordered through me, like if I had to
Mm.
send out and order it and things like that, and I have like a what do you call that? An invoice for that material that I ordered, and I mess up on that, I would definitely replace that. There, like that foul on me, and I'm not and I don't have a track record of messing up on anything that people bring in, but sometimes things do happen. So maybe like probably like once out of 75 of your material, I might mess up on one thing, things like that. But
Well, and
so
that's
yeah,
just part of business, right?
absolutely. I always got to give that disclosure. And I don't do shirts off people's backs. Like you can't just take it off me, like just throw something on the back of it.
Hey,
Yeah,
you might wanna wash that. Like,
yeah,
"Hey,
man.
take this."
Yeah,
Wow.
that's all. Yeah, yeah, you gotta send it. I've seen it happen. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta put that out there, man. We stop that, man. We stop that.
That's funny. Well, and I know you said it because it's happened, right? No one brings that up if
It's
that didn't
happened,
happen in real life.
man.
Like,
Too
"Hey,
many
go
times.
ahead,
Too
take
many
this
times.
one now."
It's like, man, put your shirt back on, man. What are you doing in here?
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, wow, that's funny. That is funny.
yeah. I
Alright,
did it
well,
earlier
you
on
know
one time, man. It was the worst thing I ever did in my life, man.
was it really?
Yeah, yeah, man. That because yeah, the person didn't have deodorant on, so I heat press it. It just the whole building smelled like
Oh.
odor and must. It was hot. Yeah, we had to clear the building out, open windows, turn on fans. It was bad.
Oh,
I didn't know it was gonna be that rough. It was like it was almost like a breeze of funk, like a
you
funk
said I didn't
flavor.
know it was gonna be that rough.
Yeah, it's rough, but I ain't saying everyone smelled like that. That man had a bad day. I don't know what I was thinking. I was new, so I had, you know what I'm saying. I had a good excuse. I didn't, I was trying to make some money. I was like, yeah, I'll do it.
Oh,
No,
man,
not
that
anymore.
that's a great business story. I love it. I love it. Well, man, I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on. I'll let you know as a secret, you're gonna see a lot more of Mr. Brandon Barnes. So stay tuned. That is kitsapcustomstees at gmail.com. You can find them everywhere. Again, Facebook, Instagram, Shopify. This gentleman is everywhere. We have used him more than once. And so, he's done really large orders, as he said before, up to 10 days for orders of 500 or more. So he can handle volume, and we're definitely very pleased. So I want to thank you, sir, for coming on. Enjoy your evening. Stay
Thank you
cool.
for having me.
And we will see you next time. Again, for Brandon and Kitsap Custom Tees, I am Marwan Cameron. This is The Conduit. We will see y'all next time.